you read, Brockman, of the stuff coming out of the lawsuit. So just to set it up, so the LIV golfers,
it's wild.
They go in, and I'll be clear up front the way I feel about it, but I'm confused. We talked about this off air. I'm confused about it. The LIV Golf experiment, if you want to call it, is 100% the Saudi government trying to sports wash the brutal killing of an American journalist. That's what it is. We have to speak it out loud. I feel that way. That is my opinion. That's a lot of people's opinion. And if you're going to take millions and millions and millions of dollars, know that you're saying my reputation as a golfer is now going to help people be like, they're not so bad.
Right.
They have Patrick. They have Sergio. How could they be such a bad?
Lee Westwood.
Louis Oosthuizen. They have these people. Oosthuizen to me sounds like a very Yiddish phrase of like when you're playing golf and you completely mishit it. You're like Oosthuizen. You kind of got to go up a little bit at the end. So those guys. That's what I believe that they're doing. But then of course I'm confused because guys like David Feherty, who I love so much, who I would literally go to the mat for he is one of my favorite people in all of sports, leaves. Was he at CBS? I think he was at CBS, and then leaves to go and join the LIV Golf. And I don't know what to do with that. I really don't, Brockman. I don't know what to do with that because I love the guy. I mean, I want to find out more about it, but we
kind of said the same thing about Charles Barkley. When he was flirting with LIV last week. It's like we love these guys. We've known them. They've been in our lives for so long, and then what do we do? How are we supposed to feel when they jump to this other tour to, like you said, kind of take money to help? This government
help divert attention from a terrible thing that this government did.
Just like, hey, don't pay attention to this, but we're doing golf, and
look at all these.
We're paying everybody so much money. Look at the cool private jet we're taking, Mike.
You know
what I mean? So it's like
and by the way,
it's a bummer.
No tradition. I mean, as soon as Jack Nicklaus said I won't be the face of it, you knew Tiger wasn't going to,
right?
Because what does Tiger care only about is chasing Jack Nicklaus. Right. That's it. That's the only thing he really cares about is I want to. 18 major. That's all he cares. 18. So anyway.
So this lawsuit, came out this week, and kind of golf.com published this article about some of the surprising things that were revealed in it. It's 105 pages. So, they kind of comb through all of it. But not everyone who's involved with LIV is in the lawsuit.
That's right.
There's only 11 golfers.
Mm-hmm.
Mickelson and Bryson DeChambeau are two of the biggest names.
Yeah.
Along with Abraham Ancer and Taylor Gooch are two young, kind of up and coming guys. One of the big revelations, though, is that Phil was suspended by the tour. A lot of people didn't know that. They were speculating he did not play at Augusta this year,
right.
And people wondering why. Was he just taking time off, let the heat die down? But no, he was suspended by the tour,
right.
And now for 2 years because he played in the London event. That's kind of a big thing to come out.
So the thing of it is
Bryson DeChambeau actually agreed to join LIV Tour in February, and then later got pressured to put out a statement saying that he was pledging allegiance to the PGA Tour, which was not true at all.
Which was like reading like a hostage statement. Hello, I'm pledging allegiance to. I mean, they're
pulling quotes from guys from 3-4 years ago about how unique and special and exclusive the PGA Tour is to kind of help prove their point. And then at the end of the day, we're still waiting to see what Augusta National is going to do.
If
they ban these guys from playing in the Masters next year, then we know it's not going anywhere.
I mean, it's like if you're. It's we only have a couple of seconds here, but it's like if you cheat on your wife with a mistress who is now your sugar mama, and then you want to sue your wife for making you sleep on the couch. That's essentially what this feels like. Listen, top of hour 2, we've got Adam Rank. We're going to talk a little football and fantasy. We'll do that top of hour 2, everybody. But I would say this about the LIV Golf is that you really don't have a leg to stand on. And Tiger said it when he said, what's the incentive to win tournaments and to get better when you already have the money?
You grind. To improve. Hey, I got to work on my short game. My putting needs work.
Yeah.
I'm chasing records. I'm chasing legacy. With LIV Golf, there is none of that. It means nothing.
There isn't like the, San Antonio Classic that's just started that you're like, no one really cares if you've won it several years in a row. There's no history, but winning the Masters and winning the U.S. Open, obviously the U.S. Open, anybody can play it, but winning the Masters, winning the PGA, those are things that if you do that a certain amount of time, people judge you by it's like tennis. They judge you by your Grand Slams.
Right.
They judge you by your majors. And, you know, they're a great golfer. It's so funny that Greg Norman would be the guy to lead LIV because he was the guy that lost so many majors. I mean, he won a couple of British Opens.
He did.
And by the way, that's amazing. But Norman just seems like that guy. Norman's a guy who he's like an older guy who works out a lot at the gym. I saw like a picture of Norman. I'm like, he's too jacked.
He's shredded.
He's too old to be that jacked. Something, you're not caring about something. And part of it was your relationship with Chris Everett. But I mean, because that went by the wayside. But like you're working out too much. You've got a lot of aggression. And now all that aggression is going towards the PGA.
Yeah, and he's had a long time beef with the PGA Tour. You know, this dates back 25 years. He's been trying to start a rival league. And now he's finally got the funding from,
got it.
You know, obviously terrible individuals. So.
Yeah, I mean, and so again, the crazy thing is seeing guys that you love and respect making this jump over there. That makes it a confusing thing for you because you're like, now I'm in a really tough spot because I'll support David Feherty wherever he goes. I just will.
Does this mean I can't like Paulina Gretzky's Instagram posts anymore?
I mean,
I'm
what
so
are the
confused.
Saudis going to do with that? You're going to tell her to put clothes on? You know, put more clothes on because that fits with what our society is. You're going to curb Paulina Gretzky. Call the great one and ask him how that went for him. Right. He's been trying to do it since she was 12 years old. You can't do it. That's going to be the interesting thing. Can the Saudis control Dustin Johnson's wife? I have no idea.